Hello and welcome to the Edinburgh Watch Company YouTube channel. My name's Jonathan, and on today's video we are going to show you 6 cracking Tudors that you may want to consider this Christmas, and we've also got something a little bit special to show you too. Let's let the intro roll. Okay, so Tudor is a brand, a company owned by the Rolex Group, and a great favorite brand of mine. I think they are just wonderfully made watches, and they have got just a cracking modeling throughout the collection that I think represents really good value for money. So that's why we buy them, and of course why we share them with you too. So the watches we've got here, these are all pretty desirable watches, but let's kick off with one of the latest ones that's just come out. And I'm very biased this watch because my favorite watch is the Rolex Daytona, but with the prices now hitting £30,000, this is definitely an alternative to a Daytona as a watch that has just a really nice look and feel. So this is the Tudor Black Bay Chronograph. It has a 41mm case size, and this is manufactured in stainless steel. Now the movement that Tudor are using in this is the same watch movement that they share with Breitling, so it's a really good in-house chronometer movement they developed together. Very, very accurate, and this is waterproof, I think down to about 200 meters as well. But it's the look and feel of this watch that I think is going to draw enthusiasts to this watch. It's available with a choice of 2 dials, so you can have it with what they call the panda dial here, which is the white with the black sub dial, or you can have it black with the silver sub dials. Again, I think the white one is proving a little bit more popular, but again, like the Rolex Daytona, it's each to their own and just depends on what you prefer most. So here we are. It has the black tachymeter going around on the outside here. You have the useful date window down at the bottom, and you have the 200 meter in red just going across it here. The style on the side here of the pushers there for the chronograph, quite similar in a way to how Rolex do it, in that these pushers here are actually screw down as well. So when you're wanting to use the watch, you unscrew them until they go flush, and then you can use the buttons there to start the chronograph, and you can see there that hand, little nice sort of red tip on it there. Now this watch, I don't profess to know the prices of all these watches. What I do know is that this watch to buy new today is £3,900. However, being a new model in the range, not currently available in stores, and I say 3,900, that's it with the bracelet on it as well. I think you can also get it with a NATO strap that is slightly less. We had to pay overlist to buy this watch, and hence why we've got this price, I think at $5,250. So I think, again, for a watch of this caliber, with a brand of the history that it has, I think that's a lot of watch for money. Case size, I say 41mm. Those of you who watch our channel regularly will know my wrist size is 8 inches, so this is absolutely perfect for me. You can just see there. It's just a really good size, and the bracelet on it, which I'll show you in a second, stainless steel, coming down to that deployant clasp there as well. So not too thick on the wrist to wear. Again, if I actually hold it up to camera there, that just sort of gives you a perspective as well of its thickness on the wrist. Let me just show you the bracelet now. The bracelet, again, in stainless steel, and it has that brushed effect to it all the way through, so there's no polished center links. You can see on the side here that it has that sort of faux rivet look. So the Tudors of old had the real rivet bracelet. This one actually has screws to come in and out to adjust the bracelet there. You can see also here on the side there, there's 3 little holes there that just allows you to micro adjust the bracelet too. Now this particular watch actually here is still in its protective seals, and I think for just over £5,000 that would make a lovely gift for someone this Christmas, or perhaps a treat for yourself if you prefer. So moving on now to one of the best sellers in the Tudor range. This one came out a few years ago now, and this is the Tudor Black Bay GMT, and you'll recognize the colors here. It has that sort of that Pepsi look to it there, with the dark blue at the top and then the red at the bottom. Now, this being the GMT Master, by means of the functionality of the watch, it's one that allows you to have 2 different time zones on the watch, similar, of course, to that famous Rolex Pepsi. And you'll see here at the top there that there is an extra red hand there, giving you that dual time zone. The dial itself, it's like a matte black dial. Again, not too fussy, really good luminous coating on the hour hands and the hour markers, and then you have the date window on the right hand side. It's made out of 904L grade stainless steel, and it has a really attractive crown there with the Tudor rose on the side of it there. And again, just another perspective there on its thickness there. And I'll show you on my wrist too. Just up to camera there, just gives you an idea. But really superb looking watch there. It's just got the camera filming on that. There we go. It's a really nice color scheme, really smart bracelet. Now, this one is a 2020 watch we bought from a customer. He'd only worn it literally a handful of times, and we have this one actually priced under list as well. So again, it's a nice one. It's a good all-round sports watch. I think if you're looking to buy this as a gift, someone for an active person that likes to go swimming, maybe mountain biking, skiing, etc., it's a really good, strong, sturdy watch. The fact it's got that chronometer movement as well, you know it's a well-built, accurate movement as well, and that's officially certified. And really, for under £3,000, I think there's a very, very hard watch to beat for money. So what am I wearing today? Well, I picked a nice watch out to match my jacket, so forgive me, this is one of my brighter jackets, but I do quite like it, and I thought, well, this would be a nice one to go with it. And this, in fact, is a watch from Tag Heuer, and this is one of the Aqua Racer models. And again, it shares that sort of Pepsi look on the dial. These are around about, I think, 2,500 new. This one, I think, is about a 2019. And we've got this with a really good saving off it. But, you know, for a watch that's under £2,000 with an automatic movement in it, it's got the caliber 7, I think, and it's a GMT as well. So you can see this little red hand here. I think it's a cracking watch for the money. I really do. Anyhow, bit of fun, and that's my sort of watch of choice today. So we're now going to go and have a look at another one of the Black Bays, and this one is what's called the Boucher Black Bay, and this is based upon the Bronze. Now, the Bronze came out a few years ago, originally with a really nice brown dial. Boucher, for those that don't know, is a very, very large jewelry group, and similar to how Harrods and Tudor had that collaboration with the Tudor Harrods watch, that's the green one. Boucher have also done one with Tudor. And here you can see this has the 43mm bronze case and the most beautiful blue dial with a sort of creamy patina hands and a blue bezel as well. Now, this has started to patina, but again, that can be very easily brought back to the new look, but I do rather like the color the way that it is just now. You can see here it's fitted on a NATO strap, and the colors work really well. Again, that bronze running through to the clasp as well. And then here you can see with a Tudor crown on it too. The back of the watch you can see is a slightly different color. So that's not a bronze. It's got, I think, perhaps a brass case back on it there. But a really, really great looking watch. And again, you can just see it on the wrist there. Cracking watch. I really like this one, actually. I think it's a really nice one to get. You can only buy these from the Boucher dealers, so a little bit harder to get, and these do seem to hold their money rather well. So I think that's a great, great looking watch. We're now back onto a couple of the Black Bays. So when the Black Bay 41 came out, that was the original size, and it was a really, really good seller. And in fairness, that's what Tudor sell most of is the Black Bay range. However, a 41mm wasn't for everybody. So they wanted to bring out something a little bit smaller, a little bit thinner, a little bit lighter. And the Black Bay 58 came out. Originally with the black dial, with that sort of lovely antique look to it. And then a couple of years ago, I think it was actually in fact 2020, they introduced the Black Bay 58 in blue. Now, as you can see from my jacket and choice of watch today, I am very, very biased to blue. And when I saw this watch, I just couldn't get down to the jewelers quick enough, and I ordered one, and I bought one exactly like this, actually, with the metal bracelet. As I think, you know, if you're thinking about buying any watch, really, if there is an alternative between a bracelet and a leather strap, or a bracelet and a rubber, as long as you don't dislike a metal bracelet, you're better off buying it on the bracelet and then perhaps buying a rubber or a leather strap as an accessory. This particular one is, again, you can see with the steel. So an absolutely beautiful shade of blue on this one, and the same on the bezel here. So the Black Bay 58 is a 39mm case size, stainless steel, chronometer movement, and a nice 70-hour power reserve. Now this watch retails, I think, around about $2,670. This one is a December 2020, and we've got it just over list, but if you twist my arm, we can maybe do something on the price of this for you. But it's an unworn watch, really a great looking watch. Let me show you on the wrist there. Now, even with an 8-inch wrist, it still, I think, works really well. You can see there, great color scheme, and a nice sporty bracelet. This also has that rivet bracelet that I showed you on the GMT. You can see down there at the side. And then it has the safety clasp that closes the back there too. Now, I mentioned earlier on we have something special for you, and certainly we do. So it's within Tudor, and I wonder what watch you think it is. Well, here we are shooting this video in December 2021, and the very latest watch to hit the Tudor collection is the new Pelagos FXD, and we are delighted to have been able to get one of these, and I'm delighted to be able to share this watch with you today. So here we go. Let's let you see the watch straight away. This is it. It is an absolute belter. The Cheetah Pelagos, of course, is Tudor's equivalent to likes of the Rolex Submariner, except rather than making stainless steel, it's made in titanium. Now, the normal Pelagos is a little bit thicker. It has the date window on it as well. The Pelagos FXD is a watch that's been brought out and it celebrates the relationship they have with the marine industry there, and it's all engraved on the back of it. There's more information on this watch if you visit our website at Edinburgh Watch Company. I've actually taken some photographs of the watch as well there, but it really is a gorgeous watch here. The bezel turns, it's a unidirectional bezel, turns on the top here, really strong luminous coating there, but this is what it's all about. Just look how thin that is. In fact, this one's still got its protective stickers on it too. And then here on the side there, that crown screws into the side of the case, and this is waterproof down to 200 meters. Now, what's rather different about this watch is the strap. This is like a NATO strap with a really nice pin that goes through it. But if you look here at the lugs and at the back there, you'll see that it's not a normal design. So this is a model that Tudor have designed to work on a NATO type strap. So it's not one that you'd put a normal leather strap onto. And they actually give you a choice of two straps. So while this one's the NATO one, it also comes with a rubber sort of NATO strap as well. So it gives you that different sort of look and feel to the watch there too. Let me see if I can squeeze that on and show you how this works. Very, very easy to do. And once it's on your wrist, you barely know you're wearing it. Just look at it there, look at that color. Now, it's not the same color as the normal Pelagos. It's a slightly different shade of blue, and it is really, really nice. I'll just hold that up to camera there. You can just see how thin it is. I love it, it's a great watch. These watches are making almost £5,000 now on eBay, so they're going very well. However, good news is, is that we're not at 5,000. We've got this watch at 4,495. So yes, I appreciate that's over list. I'm sorry for those of you that don't want to pay over a list for a watch, but we'd have paid over list to get it because we wanted to be able to share this watch with you. But you know, I think they're very, very hard to get. And if you're looking to, perhaps someone said to you, I'd love to get the new Pelagos FXD for Christmas. Well, you know we've got one. So hopefully we've got this one available at the time of when you call. So we're now going back onto another one of the Black Bay models. And again, this particular watch we've got is another one of those very, very hard to get watches, in that this can only be bought from the Tudor boutique down in London. So they're not available in your regular stores. And this is, again, the Tudor Bronze, but based upon the Black Bay. And it is an absolute belter of a watch. This, in fact, I think is the third one we've been lucky enough to have. And it's based upon the Black Bay 58 with a 39mm case size. But it's the colors. Just look at that. The color of the dial, the beautiful, rich brown dial, the brown bezel here. But it's the engine inside it, the movement. Again, it's the automatic with the chronometer movement. This has got the 70-hour power reserve. But in fairness, that's not what's going to be drawing people to it. It's the look, it's the color. Beautiful satinized finished onto the bracelet there. And it is an absolute cracker to look at. Now, the way in which manufacturers do their bronze design on them, on the cases, they do vary. Some of them have almost got like a protective coating on them, and they stay almost that bright bronze look. This doesn't, so this very much does patina down to the, you know, a very much darker shade of bronze there. However, very, very easy to bring it back to its original color again as well. Not too difficult at all. Not something you have to send away and get done, but something you can do yourself. So I think it's a fantastic watch, and we've got that one just a little bit over the £5,000 mark. So again, it's an absolute cracker and very hard to get. And here we have the P01. Now this is not a normal looking Tudor at all, and a watch steeped in history, and by means of how this watch originally was made and why it was made for the military. Again, lots more information you can read about online, and again by visiting our website. But again, they wanted to design this as a diver's watch, but in a rather unique way in which the bezel would operate so that it couldn't be accidentally moved, which again, when these bezels are being used for a purpose, traditionally for timing the amount of air and oxygen left in a tank, by almost locking this mechanism, which you do by flipping this hinge back here before you can turn it, and then pushing it back down again. It's a really, really clever feature. But it's the crown, the offset crown here, down here at 4 o'clock is again another unusual feature about it. Beautiful dial. You've got the date window there at 3 o'clock, and then you have super coating on each of the hour markers there as well. But it's the bracelet. Look at the way in which the bracelet works there, where you've got the stainless steel then coming out joining this calf leather. And again, you can see the stitching in it there. I just think it's a really, really good looking watch. This one came in as a part exchange, just very, very lightly worn. And again, I really love the Tudor brand. I remember being out in Tenerife a couple of years ago, and I actually bought a new one of these myself and wore it for a while. And then somebody bought it from us at the Brighton Watch Show. So a really cracking looking watch. Lovely and light to wear as well. Stainless steel, but I think with its leather, it just takes the weight away from it, and you get a really, really good fit on the wrist. So that's the P01. And that brings us to the end of today's video. So a quick look at 6 of these beautiful Tudor watches. Slightly different one with this Tag Heuer. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. What do you think about these watches? It's always nice to hear your thoughts and your comments. When we pull these videos together, again, we're trying to think as in the lead up to Christmas. If you're thinking about buying something, could this be something that would help you choose a watch, whether we have it or not? Again, we want to try and be helpful. But again, take a look at the website, edinburghwatchcompany.co.uk. We're also posting these shots up on Instagram. But yeah, we'd love to hear your videos. If you'd like us to do a particular video on a watch collection, why not let us know, or maybe just give me a call directly. Thanks for watching. Take care.